Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to a high-level best of 3 between Clem and Rogue. And I know the trained eyes here in the audience. They immediately, their eyes, they move to the bottom left of the mini-map. And they're like, what the hell is this? Wash Out. Is that a new map? Is this perhaps the Team Liquid map contest? Wardy TV Super Invitational 2026 Extreme Edition B? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Watch Out! One of the maps that definitely has made it into the final selection. Look what we have over here. We have a nice triple base setup, or a triple base setup down here. We have a ramp leading up into the natural with some rocks to open up that space. I like this spot, a ramp going up, so you can easily attack this third. Relatively easy 4 bases still, though, so I'm expecting an easy early game from the Terran side of things. 5th base that has 3 gold patches, and is this 6 regular patches? So it's a 9 patch base with 3 golden ones. This base is legitimately very high level, a crazy base for a Zerg player. Then we have a base like that in the middle as well, look at that. And a base like that over here. And because the map is mirrored, the other side as well. This means that these side bases can be mined fairly easily. Imagine you're a Terran player, okay? Pompy-dompy-dom, you go like natural, 3rd, 4th, 5th, having the time of your life. Boom! Zerg is mining out every other base with these gold patches very quickly. I like that. I like when the more neutral bases have gold patches, and I even love it even more if they have the rich Vespine geysers. It forces more gameplay in the later stages of the mid game. It forces the Terran to do something. It forces the Protoss to do something if you're playing against the Zerg in particular, because yeah, the other guy's just getting more money. They're mining out the map. And that's what you want to be doing as well. So, interesting to see where this is going to go. We see a triple CC opener coming out of Clem. As Rogue here is defending. Now, Rogue has been one of the players that has been capable of taking series away from Clem over the past 2 years. And I hear you say, Harstem, that sounds like a fake story, but it's not. Out of the last 12 series these two played, Rogue managed to win 2. So, did he manage to win a lot of series? No. But he still managed to win some. And when you're talking about taking series away from Clem, that is very impressive, even if it's only 2. Especially if it's only 2. Okay, 2 queens here at the front. Hellion, I think it's going to be Hellion Banshee, which has been the Clem golden standard for a while, and whatever is the Clem golden standard seems to be the golden standard in this matchup in general. 2nd gas. Okay, now we get to see it. Yep, there we go. We see the Swapperoo. Could still be a Raven theoretically, it's just very unlikely. Rogue also is not really doing any scouting right now. It could be because he doesn't care about scouting, or it could be that he forgot about it conceptually. It's more likely that he doesn't care right now. I think Rogue hasn't conceptually forgotten about scouting. I think if we were to pause the game right now and ask him that question, well, he'd be very surprised because this is a replay. Probably waking him up. It's like 4 a.m. right now in Korea. I don't think he'd be happy to be woken up with a question like that. Damn content creators. A stupid question. Oh, we're gonna get a 2 Hellion. I'm not sure if this is a sack. It's not a sack. It is just a minor attack. Reaper makes its way into the main base. Sees no fast lair yet. It's good news, or at least it's news. Maybe we shouldn't appoint any value to it yet. Just information that you need, or that you would like to have. So it's gonna be Cloaksy over here. Rogue is not even pretending to scout. Conceptually. So he will need to blindly build the spores. Because if he doesn't do that, he's going to be in some trouble against the Cloak. Okay, 3rd CC is moving over as well. Here comes the Banshee. Cloak, how far away are you? I can't count, but it looks to me like it's about 14 seconds. 3 queens on the edge. Got quite a bit of damage in. Which makes the next move in significantly scarier for Clem. Like, he's tanking a lot of damage on that thing. Man, I love this little... Look at the ring of vision that we have here on Washout. Bath. Good. Rogue sees everything. Would be bad if there was a Viking. All these overlords need to go back home. Hellions try working on this hatchery. Obviously not going to get anything done here. I mean, that's a freaking hatchery that's building there. Ooh. Although the Cloaksy going to show up. Overseer's on the way as well. Overseer's on the way here aggressively. 3 more queens now coming in. Ay, need to be careful, buddy. Need to be so careful. Okay, queens stay alive. Do we have another transfuse? The answer is no. One queen ends up dying, but both of these Banshees get taken out. I think a Hellion fell as well here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, and at the same time, this is exactly what Rogue loves doing. He loves to go for these big run-bys the moment you move out. And he was ready for this. Full queen defense. 7 SCVs fall against a Ling attack. 64 drones were done during all of this, and he instantly adds a bunch more. And the reason why I like that so much is because it becomes pretty scary for Clem to move out. It's like, usually Zergs kind of have like a mental mode in which they like doing run-bys. And if they're in that mental mode, you see Tyrants tend to play a little bit more defensive. Now with double Banshees out, you can actually hold this with just the Banshees, especially against medium amounts of Lings. So imagine there's like anything between like 10 to 24 Lings or so. 2 Banshees are going to do a very good job at defending that. However, once you get like 40 or 46, 50 Lings, 2 Banshees are not going to kill these Lings quick enough. You're going to lose all of your SCVs before you get even halfway through all these Lings, chewing through that Ling count. So it's just something to keep in mind. Banshees are really cool, but if you want a more certain defense, you want Hellions or Hellbats in particular. Now, Hellions are a bit worse against Baneling run-bys though. Like low numbers of Banelings are really good against Hellion run-bys. It's just the way it is. And Rogue indeed is going to try to go for, I think, a run-by or at least a flank. And this is the way you really should be playing. So he's going in between the army and the reinforcement line. Banshees here are actually going to stop this party a little bit. Ooh, very aggressive push forward out of Clem. Is he going to go for the tank? He's going to go for the tank. One tank is going to fall. Queens are still in position. 16 Hydras on the way as well. If this semi-gold base falls, that would be fairly bad. Because there's a lot riding on this base surviving in my mind. 1-1 is now finished up for Clem as well. Double Banshees show up. 2-3 Queens have gone down here too. The Hydras now move further forward. And without Combat Shield... Oh, he forgot about Combat Shield. Without Combat Shield, this is actually going to be a fairly one-sided fight in favor of Rogue. Very high Hydra count. Skipped on the melee upgrades, by the way. Which is just interesting to note. It could indicate a big type of lurker play. What the hell is Clem doing? Oh, he's losing some Banshees. Donation to a charity. Look at that. That's a tax deductible there, Clem. Well done. That is a tax deductible. Losing 2 Banshees for free like that. Now Rogue's gonna chomp that up. Like the bad boy that he is. Okay, we are going to go into melee behind this. I thought we might rush into lurkers of some sort, but it's not the case at all. And Rogue's just in position, has a lot of cash in the bank as well. And here we see these 3 golden mineral patches actually putting in some work. And the fact that there's 9 patches total also putting in some work. Like there's quite a bit of minerals in the bank. Now, not all of that is from these gold mineral patches, but quite a bit is from these gold mineral patches. Like you probably already have mined 300-400 more minerals than you usually would, just based on these golden patches, which is great news. There's no Banelings in this, which is interesting. I guess Centrifugal Hooks isn't done yet. These rocks haven't been cleared yet either. Banelings now are morphing and are done morphing. Just a single tank, a couple of mines in the back as well. Good target fire with the tank there on those Banelings. At the same time, Clem has an army over here. It's been an active game so far, and Clem, despite maybe not having the greatest early game push, is still up in supply. Like, this is not like this is a losing game for him so far. It's not a winning one necessarily, but this is a very tense moment here. If Combat Shield had been done, I would love this fight significantly more, but Combat Shield isn't done. I still kind of like that fight, to be honest. I gotta need to freaking start putting camera hotkeys to make sure that I can capture all the action here. Usually a bad sign. Not quick enough to catch up while observing. Okay, Overseer shows up once more. Oh, that was a bad snipe. He lost quite a few Marines sniping that one Overseer. I guess he keeps his mine alive for a bit longer, but Rogue already has an Overseer on the way. Yeah, these Marines not having Combat Shield is a... Yeah, it was a big deal. Now it has finished up, and that is also a big deal. We're going to go for a drop into the main base. Ooh, quite a bit of risk involved with this, as it's 4 medevacs. Really not that many units, and Queen Ling should be capable of clearing this. Do we have another transfuse available? The answer is no. Hydras are going to show up, and 4 medevacs end up falling down. Very little damage dealt with that. Clem's also going to lose this little attack. 2-2 upgrades do finish up. There's a fusion core is on the way. Second starport, so Liberator, Caduceus Reactor. Nice couple of mine shots here on these Hydralisks. As the medevac Marine gets pushed back. We have 2 more medevac towards the left. The 6th base hasn't really been populated quite yet. I'd love to see a spore here. Just as like an anti-drop measure. We have a spore in this area. Yeah. Like, this type of move becomes significantly more risky the moment there's a spore, because you just take so much damage on that medevac instantly. Right now there's action going on in 3 places. This base most likely is gonna fall. There's a lot of mines here to help out, which probably means this Hydra Bane army is not gonna be big enough. Clem knows that, it's gonna clear it. We have this single drop on the left, and then we have this single drop that's now planning on moving into the main base, but gets F2? No? No, does die. 6 base goes down, so it's 4 base versus 5. Rogue is setting up an attack here, which is being unspotted because he's, well, not quite in sensor tower range. Creep spread is looking pathetic. Mine spread is fantastic. And here we go. Big attack onto the 3rd base. Where are our reinforcements? They're in the natural. That should actually be fine. Mine count is phenomenal here as well. So the Hydras are doing an okay job. There's no medevac with this, and the sensor tower is taking some damage. At the same time, we have a battle over here. Would love for this minefield to get cleaned up at some point. Do we have a 6th base? Yeah, 6th base on the way for Clem, who's up about, what was that, 30 supply at this point. 3-3 on the way, Liberators coming in. This army is still running around. Could actually be very dangerous. Hydras pack a serious punch. No Overseer with it. This orbital could die, actually. This orbital will die, I think, if we get a good right click on it. At the same time, we have a battle down here. Okay, no right click on that orbital means it gets to fly away. Maybe 1 or 2 of these lips will go down as well. Do we actually have the lunge ability? No, we don't. Lurkers is going to be the next step here in the evolution. As Rogue gets 18 SCVs. Not the end of the world. We still have 66 remaining. Good eco. Good enough army count. No creep available whatsoever. Here comes a mine shot. Good mine shot as well. Holy crap. Lurkers have been spotted, but the ghost count is currently 1. It's the lowest number of ghosts you can have. Liberator's gonna try sieging up here. I think without the lunge ability, maybe just lips are gonna be capable of holding this area for a little bit longer. If this base doesn't fall, that would be a pretty big deal, because a lot of resources are being sunk into this right now, but the planetary does fall. The Liberators go down. And all of a sudden we get a major pushback here. 3-3 wasn't quite done for that fight, for neither player. But that was definitely in Rogue's advantage, because 3-3 was done for Clem about 10 seconds later. Lips once again sieging up, but the Hydra count is still good enough to deal with majority of them. A couple more showing up right now. We have more Lurkers in the back, and without Ghosts, without Liberators, without tanks, this is a very, very thin defense, which I'm not sure he can make. We have a drop here in the back of the net. It is still 5 base versus 3, but it was 5 base versus 4. And I kind of like that. I like that situation. Income is going to be quite weak for Rogue as well, but income is very bad for Clem. And I think with that, we are slowly but surely walking into a victory for the Zerg player. And we still have this drop going. 2.7k a minute against 1k in income. New fort base has flown over right now, but the SCV count is getting shockingly low in my mind. 4 Hydras coming in. What is this? Oh, get another fat mine shot. Drones are gonna pull and kill that mine. That planetary dying, like, was so close. And if it stays alive for maybe 5-6 more seconds, get 3 big more shots in, like, probably the supply is flipped at this point. In my mind. Like, the supply is probably flipped. I think this needs to morph into an orbital to make up for the fact that there's not enough SCVs really to mine a 5th base effectively. It's gonna move towards the top side to try and get these gold mineral patches, which I think is correct. I think he's thinking about it, turning this into an orbital. Yeah, there we go. I think this is 100% correct, actually. It's a tough call to make, because you want to take a 5th base at some point, and you want that 5th base to be a planetary, because it just grants you so much safety. But I think in this moment, trying to boost your income in any way, shape, or form is probably the correct play. And defending 5 bases on 102 supply is just not going to work. So these golden patches, as we can see, are providing a lot of income here. 2,400 to 1,900. It is close, but in favor of the Zerg. And what worries me more is that the army composition of Clem is looking pretty weak right now. No medevacs, no Ghost. Liberator count of 3, no tanks. I wouldn't mind seeing like 1 or 2 tanks being added on from this factory. Like, we have a very high gas count overall. But instead he's just doing Liberator harass, mine drops, and he's just keeping Rogue on his side of the map and trying to lower the economy in any way, shape, or form possible. This thing is going to siege up. I don't actually think there's anything that can clear this. Oh, Vipers, never mind. Vipers are here to clear this. Okay. Carapace 3 is going to finish up as well, don't forget. That's going to be vital in the upcoming fights. It's another reason why Clem actually has some time right now, some breathing room. This feels like a weird stage in the game where Rogue probably would want to be aggressive to kill these out, like these extra bases. But being aggressive before +3 Carapace feels scary. So he's probably going to wait a couple more seconds for that. I'd be shocked if he goes in now 15 seconds before, but maybe he smells an opportunity and maybe he's correct. He's going to go in here. We get the Abduct. Planetary is going to go down without any major issue. 5th base flies over as well in the orbital form, but yeah, this is... Okay, this is looking nasty. Even without the Carapace, he's going to be just fine. Yeah, it's going to be just fine. Overseer dies. Banelings are still here. Could clear some of these mines. New Overseers could also just be built, and I think this is going to be it. 162 supply against 93. Sensor towers being bitten at by these Zerglings. You have Ling Bane in the natural. It felt like not a sure win for Clem, but definitely a game in which he was in control. Flipped around the moment we got this Lurker assault here, this siege onto this planetary, and GG is gonna get called. Washout goes the way of Rogue. That map played out quite nicely. I feel like these gold patches actually added in a bit of spice as well. So the map was made by Patches, by the way, an active map maker and community member. Also has a very popular balance mod that he often runs tournaments on. Current map that we're seeing right now is Wavebreaker, made by Avex, or Avex, depending on how you want to pronounce the name. This one looks mighty interesting. Wavebreaker. Okay, large map, but look at this. Very open area to attack, even into the natural, if you take out these rocks. Ramps leading down into a third. Nice ramp position here as well. Just a very good aggressive map, but due to the size of the map, maybe not as good as you would hope. So it's a long map, but good for kind of continued aggression. We have like a dead space in the main base, which is kind of cool. I don't know what it's for, but it looks sick. Because you can hide something over it, like an Overlord, temporarily. Hope that no one sees it. Do we have any pervert positions? I think on top of these rocks looks like an Overlord could hang out at. Side bases, 1, 2, 3, 4, is that 8 patches? Yeah, 8 patches, normal gases. This is a very neutral base, by the way. You just look at the way this map is laid out. How hard is it going to be to take a base like this? How hard is it going to be to take like, this one can't be taken by Terran at all. So you have 2 side bases that are truly neutral, which usually goes the way of the Zerg in ZVP and ZVT, and goes the way of the Protoss in Protoss versus Terran. Then we got all of our matchups covered. Yeah, we have Rogue open up with a 28 hatch, post Overlord, very standard. Clem going with the Reaper. Let's take a look at when this thing arrives on the other side of the map. It always informs us a bit of the rush distance. This actually isn't too bad. 224, 225 starts hitting. It has 10 seconds. Could maybe get a Ling kill. Is not going to for now. Gonna try to go for a drone. Queen usually pops at 235, 236, depending on the worker split timing on the Zerg. I mean, this is a very decent timing, if you ask me. Yeah, we're gonna just move around, check where that third base is. Now, the third base, like I said, has some vulnerabilities. We could see like a tank over here would be insane. Then like a second tank back here. Like, you have a very solid spot, a very solid setup. Got a little bit of a puddle down here. It's a good-looking map. You know, I'm not necessarily the most aesthetically pleasing guy, but I can appreciate aesthetically pleasing things. And this is definitely something I can appreciate. Oh, gonna get a grenade down there. Doesn't hit anything. Second gas, starport. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. Get an inject onto this base as well. I like how well aware Rogue is of everything that's going on this map. Like, he has the positioning down. Like, he knows where to put the Lings, he knows where to put the Queens. You can see that he put in the work ahead of this tournament. And I think it's nice when there's a little bit of money on the line. People just try a bit harder, you know? They just do the research. And so far it's been paying off. I mean, Rogue's been playing some phenomenal games. I do wonder what like this rock formation is going to bring into this map. I guess it gives some added safety somewhere for a bit. 2 Hellions now moving across. Once again, it's going to be Cloak. I mean, I'm not going to complain about seeing the same build order here for a second time just because Clem lost. He didn't lose because of the build order. He actually got into a pretty decent spot, if you might remember. This is a good win here for Rogue, by the way. He built the perfect amount of links to deal with this. Not one too many. He ended up losing 5 of them, but killed 2 Hellions and a Reaper. As 2 more Hellions now going in. Did they get kills here? I think they got like a drone kill, yeah. Got a single drone kill. Needs to be careful, though. Needs to really be careful. This is a big thing to close up with just Depot. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 5 or 6. One of the two. Usually 5 is enough, but I think here it might actually... 3... Oh, no. Nah. I think it is 5, I think, will do. But still, you will be moving out before with your Banshees. And if your Hellions are on the map, a Ling run by into your natural could be a thing. And don't forget, Rogue could be aware of that. Okay, he's going to actually scout right now. Look at it, he sees. He's like, wait, this needs at least 3 more depots. These Hellions are going to go down as well. This is really risky play out of Clem. Loses 6 Hellions. He's going to need to keep the Banshees at home. Because he does not have a wall. Could try the wall with E-base. But he did not. He kept the E-base in the main base. And that leaves this open for run-bys. I mean, Clem should be aware of this. Like, he's not stupid. Rogue, like, you give this guy an opportunity to run by, he takes it. Hell, you don't give him an opportunity to run by, he takes it. He makes his opportunities. So yeah, Clem just staying at home here. Does get 3 worker kills somewhere. This Banshee just has to stay back. And I wonder if Rogue is going to play with his reputation a bit here. Look, he only has a single Ling out right now. It's going pure drone. So... Clem, I think this is actually a crazy move. I think moving out with these two is insanity. This is a super risky maneuver with very little payoff. If there's 20 or 30 links hitting the 3rd base right now, the game doesn't just swing in favor of Rogue, it actually ends. Like, the game just is over. Like, you lose all your Marines here, which is any aggressive potential for the next minute and a half. You probably end up losing a Mule, 4 or 5 workers. The game is completely over because it's pre-stim. So this double Banshee move out took a lot of guts to do and did not pay off at all. And on top of that, Rogue also just went up to 80 workers. So it didn't matter what would happen. Either there would be a run by or he was going to get a lot of workers anyway, as long as he doesn't take damage from the Banshees. And that was his task. And he executed that task perfectly. We're going straight up to 8 gases. We don't have a Baneling Nest this time around, so now it's going to be a Lurker then. This is a Lurker rush, yeah. Similar setup with the upgrades as in the previous game. Similar opener, so to Clem's eyes this will look the same, but the follow-up is going to be very different. Like, one of them has Banelings, the other one has, well, Lurkers. And I feel like Clem rather plays against the Banelings. Second tank's going to show up, 7-11. Not the corner store, but the timing at which we're hitting. This is a bad spot for a tank, because this can just be flanked by pure Hydra, no? Yeah, if there was a couple of links here, that would have been huge. Sadly, for a Rogue, it's not quite the case. Hydras are going to chew through this, though. The Overseer provides high ground vision. We're going to pull back right now. Really nothing to defend here. This might feel nice for Clem, but he really didn't achieve anything except take an okay trade. And Infestor's now coming out. Hive is almost done. Like, this Lurker, this is an insane Lurker rush. Like, this actually is an insane Lurker rush. Because this... Like, Hive finishes 8 minutes in. Seismic Spines will be done at what, like... 9... 9:10, 9:11? Look at that. Oh, 57 seconds. Yeah. Even faster. It's gonna be done at like 9:04, 9:05. Like, if he pushes back this army right now, he's gonna get 8, 9 Marines for free. Another tank has set up here. Clem feels like he needs to do something, or he feels like he can do something. He might be right, but he might be wrong. If he loses map control, he's dead to the counterattack, or he's going to lose a lot against the counterattack. We have a new Infestor coming in. We have a Lurker that's being morphed. No 5th base. So, actually, Rogue also putting a lot of eggs in a basket. I just prefer the basket that Rogue has. It looks sturdier, it looks bigger, it looks better. It looks like one hell of a basket. And boy, do I love baskets. Okay, we have these medevacts that are being taken out right now. Lurkers setting up. Seismic Spine's complete. That means that this base is safe, but without Vipers, the tanks can still pack a serious punch. Medevacts are going to go down. Big fungal hits as well. This push is not just going to get pushed back here. It is getting cleared. And this is why that matters. Now there's not a lot of map control anymore for Clem. We have these Lurkers in position, so you can easily hold an area against pure Marines. Like, Clem realizes that the moment he gets pushed back, he's gonna die. Like, he cannot give up map control, even if he's down in supply right now. He needs higher tank counts. He needs Ghost. This is such a scary moment for him. He needs to either pretend to, to have some authority on this game, or he needs to actually start doing things. Like, taking out 5th bases would be great for him. Overseer is gonna get sniped. We have Adrenal Glands that's now gonna come in. What is our Lurker count? We're at 4, going to 6. Which are good numbers for Lurkers. Like, once you get up to, like, anything above 10, I think. Like, honestly, once you hit 2 digits, I always say that's a nice Lurker count. Okay? That's a really neat Lurker count, even. One of the best. At least that I've ever seen. Anything with the 2 digits. We're gonna go Baneling Nest as well. Adaptive Talents. Nidus Network coming out. Oh, double Nidus Network coming out. Yeah, he's gonna worm himself into his opponent's main base. And I don't actually think Rogue needs to do a whole lot right now. He can prepare for the 5th base float. That tends to be a key moment. And on a map like this, it 100% is going to be a key moment. Like, where's your 5th going to be, Clem? Is this going to be your 5th? That is far away from this 3rd. Is this going to be your 5th? That feels very open against any type of attack. Like, tank, 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 tank. Like, you're going to need so many tanks. Your natural needs to be defended still as well. I think a planetary here might be useful. To kind of, to plug this hole that you have. Not in your heart, but in your natural. Medevac filled with Marines ends up dying. Ghosts are now being produced, and we're going into, well, more of a late game, really. And look at this. Rogue instantly realizes it. Yeah, Rogue smells it. He says, hey, wait, we're playing macro? Okay, cool. Guess what? I'm going to take the top left instantly, and I would love for him to take the bottom right ASAP as well. If he can do that, that would be such an issue for Clem. And we also have these middle bases, which I actually would count as neutral bases too. How the hell is Clem going to attack specifically this one, but also this? Like, there's 2 real neutral bases, and then there's like, these are like 75% neutral bases. They might lean one way or the other a bit more. I think this one might belong more to Clem if he takes this as a 5th. This might lean more into Rogue's direction. We're going to get a Nidus Network here. This is a major attack, by the way. This really is a major attack. Rogue seems to be somewhat aware of it. Base is going to finish up. Getting more changelings towards the bottom side. Like, this map is huge as well, which means that Nidus Network is actually going to ease things significantly. Oh, here come the double worms. I love double worms. So my favorite stuff happens. Overseer count is growing once more. Oh, Lurkers do actually complete their journey from one end of the map to the other. Sadly, they're not welcomed the way that they wanted to. They thought they'd get some SCV blood, but instead they get sniped. Also fun, just not for the Zerg. Overseer count is now at 28. There's a lot of eyes in there. 1, 2, 3. Does every Overseer have 3 eyes? No, he also has eyes on the front. 6 eyes or so. What an insult. Even better than 4 eyes. Imagine wearing glasses. You'd be a 12 eye. What a loser. God, it's gonna cost a lot of money. Glasses are so expensive, what the hell. Nidus in the main base pops out with 3 lurkers. I didn't see it, neither did Clem. Luckily for me, there's no consequence. But for Clem, the consequence is that he's probably going to lose a bit of production here. 17 drones also going down at the same time, though. And this topside base actually in some serious trouble. Baling speed hasn't finished up yet. There's a lot of banelings, and we are on creep. That's going to help out. Baling speed will finish up momentarily as well, so it could be scary. But it's not. Lurker's still alive in the main base. Changelings also alive in the main base, although they do not quite help out in this battle. They might... Oh, wow. He just popped in there. That was quick maneuvering, if you ask me. Right side base now being taken. And this is the moment I was talking about. The 5th base moment. The moment Clem starts spreading himself thin. And it's going to be difficult for him to hold everything that he wants to hold. Orbital count is at 4, but with 2 more on the way and 3 more naked command centers, we could get a couple more at least. 5, 6, 7, 8. Fantastic stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. Side bases haven't been taken. New Nidus Worm comes out. The resource lost 16 to 12 in favor of Clem. Not what I call a successful trades for Rogue so far. Oh, we have a Nidus Worm. Oh, that's that one. We saw that already. Lurkers could go there to defend it. Would love to see a worm over here as well. Creep continues spreading, by the way. It's not done yet. There's 5 queens still around. Majority of them just kind of roaming around, putting down tumors wherever they can. And Clem's to-do list is just killing changelings right now. That's probably not the way that he imagined this game to go. Okay, we get 20 more. That's what you get when you have 28 overseers. Bunch of 6 eyes. And a lot of changelings. I think this base is the weak spot right now. And because this base is the weak spot, this base is also a weak spot. Nothing really is a strong spot anymore. Because he's so thinly spread. Okay, Clem is going to move towards the far right. Oh, there we go. A couple of Marines are being taken out. Medevacs are going to lift up. Ooh, nukes as well. Ay. Let's see if Rogue is going to stop the Clem's nuclear ability. Let's see how Clem responds to that. Don't love the thought of what that's going to do to the oil price. You have this burrowed infestor on the bottom right. This is some high-level preparation. Preparing for 5 minutes into the future when maybe this is going to be useful. There is an infestor here in this army as well. It's going to show up. It's not going to get the connection. This one, though, look at this. The flank, nope, also gets sniped. Liberator tank, not good enough. Well, maybe good enough. I think a command center died here. I think there was something flying around, but I might have imagined it. Overlord tried to get in. It's just going to get sniped. Pew pew. 3 more CCs. 6 orbitals out. With 3 more on the way. 4 more on the way. No, wait. 3 more. 1 must have just finished. Oh, there's 4 command centers that are just naked. Yeah, he could go up to like 12 freaking orbitals right now. Once more, I really would love a forward planetary. Either at the 3rd base, or over here, or both positions, I think would be great. You just need more stuff. Like, you need to defend these areas. And you need to be very tight about it. Rogue at the same time needs to start mining this bottom right side base. Very, very important. Either this thing needs to be mined, or this thing needs to be mined. If he doesn't get it, he's going to be in some major trouble. He's going to be in some major trouble. Clem, if he can get up to 7 bases, he's cooking his opponent. Or if he can get up to 8 bases, he's cooking his opponent. If he can only get 7... Rogue gets 9. I'm not sure. It's going to be a bit more it's not going to be such a one-sided cooking. Although the resource lost is actually moving a little bit in favor of Rogue, which is not what I had expected. We have +3 melee on the way. Double Spire pumping stuff as well over here. This game is going long right now. And here comes Viper, Hydra, Ling Bane. Lots of Overseers as well. Good parasitic bombs. Look at that. Liberators, Medevacs, all taking a freaking beating over here. As this actually was an extraordinary fight for Rogue. Completely even trade, which is good if you're the one outmining your opponent, if you're the one with more bases. Which he definitely seems to be right in this moment. This base might be a stroke of genius as well. Because maybe he can later on take that thing. I think we're slowly but surely moving into a Broodlord Infestor game. It doesn't feel like it right now, but I think that might be the end point. Like 10, 15 minutes from now. 20 minutes from now. Like that is the way that Rogue is setting up. So he mines this on a mobile army. He mines this while on a mobile army. Or well, he doesn't have to. And then he eventually goes Infestor Broodlord into this general area. And then we start fighting over this base. I think that might just be his plan. And it's a pretty cool plan, actually. But it does mean that this is very important. And this serves a double purpose, this base. But we'll get into that into a second. As the Baneling count right now is at 41. We have 2 Vipers, 8 Lurkers. I don't quite know where the Lurkers are. I think they're mainly being used as a threat for Nidus Worms right now. So the reason why this base is important, if this base gets attacked by a serious force, we all of a sudden have the ability to attack this thing. And this thing is really hard to defend for Clem right now. Yeah, we get an 8 Lurker attack. It's going to kill 2 tanks. This was not a great attack. Having like 20 Lings here would have cleared this 100% by the way. 8 Lurkers plus 20 Lings would not have just dealt some damage. It would have just cleared all the tanks and probably every single SCV and ruined this position. Now, this base is being given up. And here we go. This is the attack I was talking about. The moment you put any type of effort into killing this, you should expect something going wrong on the other side. As we're actually going to try to go and catch these ghosts. Don't love this maneuver because it goes right back into where Clem is the strongest. And this is also why I would have loved to see a planetary here and a planetary over here. Just so you can kind of give some extra padding to these bases. There's still Lurkers in the Nidus Worm. Could definitely just clear this. Rogue is going to throw some parasitic bombs at the same time onto these Liberators. Ghost now maneuvering towards the left. Link count is good. Okay, here we go. And this should just be a dead orbital, if I'm being real honest. Even if I'm not being real honest, this should be a dead orbital. Because my honesty level has very little to do with the outcome. Okay, we get a defense for now. And now we're going to get, once again, the swapperoo towards the different side. This base is toast. Link's running in, Hydra's running in. Baneling's going to connect with the planetary here. At the same time, Knight is in the main. Very nice start. 5 tanks were stuck in the main. I think behind a tank that might have been sieged on the ramp or something. This base goes down. That's a pretty big deal. Resource lost. Still a 4k gap between the two. That favors the Bold. And the Bold in this case is Rogue. Not because he doesn't have hair, but because, you know, he's courageous. Four lips. Do we have ship weapons? No. Okay, we have no ship weapon upgrades. So these Liberators are just sucking as hard as they did at the start of the game. Oh, Lurker's now going to pop out. If they can burrow, that would be an okay deal. If this guy can burrow, that would be great. No, we get an F2 move instead. Rogue is going to attack into this spot. And not a whole lot to run back to with these ghosts. This is bad. This is really bad for Clem. His tanks were in siege up. His ghosts were out of position on creep. A lot of tanks are going to end up falling. Baneling's still coming in. If they can connect with these ghosts, that could just be the end of the game. Like, how the hell is Clem ever going to get this back? He's going to lose this orbital instantly. There's 3k in the bank for Rogue. There's 1k 700 in the bank for Clem. And Clem is down 30 supply already. Seeing a Zerg actually take efficient fights is rare. It's not as weird given that the supply for Rogue is only... or the worker supply is only at 69. Usually we see Zergs in these situations being on 85 or 90 drones and then taking bad fights the entire time. Rogue says, hey, what if I just go lower drone count and just win the game? Well, it works as well. It's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy this 2 new maps here by Avex and Patches. These fantastic games by Rogue and Clem. If you did, smack the like button. I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye-bye.